left on US 431.
Weather coverage you can count on with meteorologist Rob Elvington and the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
And of course, we're all hoping for great weather in 2 weeks for HydroFest this year at Lake Guntersville. Hopefully we'll get a lot of this. Just a beautiful blue sky with some of our typical clouds building up here on your Thursday afternoon. This view is looking off to the east from downtown Decatur, brought to you by the Thompson Roofing and Construction Sky Camera Network. 84 degrees right now, but a nice little breeze out of the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour with a gust up to 20. So a nice little breeze to cool you off if you're out and about here in the late afternoon hours and heading into this evening. And there's a look at that hour-by-hour temperature forecast for this evening. We'll drop down to the mid-70s by 8 o'clock and continue to drop down to the mid-60s here in the overnight hours, staying dry all the way through this evening and into the overnight hours. And look at that, just clear conditions right now on the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network. It was about this time yesterday that those storms really started to erupt over North Alabama. But if we zoom out and do a region-wide view, that's our front from overnight, and it just raced all the way off to the south, down to the Gulf Coast. So you got a lot of storms down to the south, but again, dry for much of North Alabama right now and much of the state of Alabama. And thankfully it is dry because look at the rainfall that we have picked up since Monday. And as we often mention, especially this time of the year, it can be hit or miss. You get these pinks and even blues on the map. That's indicating 8 to 9 inches plus of rainfall. But then you head closer to, let's say, the city of Madison, closer to Decatur. That blue, that's about 1/10 of an inch or less. So it's just hit or miss often, and that also comes with some of the flash flooding that we have seen, but thankfully dry right now. We do have storms back in the forecast for tomorrow. Chances really start to ramp up by the mid to late afternoon hours and even into the evening with highs in the low 80s, but we're not expecting strong to severe storms. That threat's likely to stay off to our south and southwest. Big complex of storms from out of Arkansas likely missing us as it moves in from out of Mississippi. This is 9 o'clock here this evening, still seeing mostly clear skies and dry conditions. We'll zoom out and head all the way through the overnight hours. Just some passing clouds through your morning commute tomorrow as we wrap up the work week. But that's the big complex that we've been talking about through the last few days. Originally, we thought that would make it here to North Alabama, but you'll notice just that far northern edge arrives by the mid to late afternoon hours. Worst weather will be to our south, but then again, that will still generate some showers and storms all the way through your Friday evening, and that will continue all the way through late tomorrow night, but we're back to dry conditions heading into your Saturday morning and staying mostly dry through this weekend. Expect anywhere from a trace to 1/10 of an inch for the next 3 days, and mostly dry coming up because we've got high pressure building in. Look at that red over top of Alabama. That is for the heat wave building in next week. I'm going mid-90s Monday through Friday next week. We may even see a few spots approach 100.